Hello students, this is Sudeep Yadav from Spectrum Chemistry, and students, if you are first time visiting to my channel, so please like and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get a best explanation of NCERT book class 7th subject science. And students, today in this video we are going to start a new chapter, that is respiration in organism. So let's start students. Let's see what is the respiration. Okay, so let's start. Respiration. Why do we respire? This is very important question, that why do we respire? All the living organisms are made up of small microscopic units called the cells. So cells are the basic building units of our body. Okay, these cells have different functions to perform in these organisms, such as digestion, respiration, transportation and excretion. These all are the very important biological functions which are very important for our body, that is the digestion, respiration, transportation and the excretion. Okay, the cells can perform this function only if they get energy to do so. Okay, so whatever the energy we having the need to do these kind of the processes which are very important for our body, from where we are getting these energy. So let's see students, the energy which is required to do these all processes, to take place all processes inside our body, from where we are getting it. Okay, hence all living organisms need food which gives them the required energy. The energy present in the food gets released when the organism respire or the breath. Okay, so respiration is a process through which, by which we are getting the energy to do all the processes like the digestion, respiration, transportation and the excretion inside our body. Okay, how food helps us in gaining the energy? So let's see students, as we breathe we take in the air that contain oxygen in it and breathe out air which contain carbon dioxide. Okay, means we are inhaling the oxygen and exhaling the carbon dioxide. This oxygen, when transported to our cells, helps in breaking down the food and we get energy. Okay, so this is the process through which we are getting the energy. Okay, but here is the different kinds of the respiration. So let's see students. Number first, cellular respiration. What is the cellular respiration? Let's see. Cellular respiration can be defined as the process in which the food that we eat is broken down inside the cells. Okay, the food whatever we are eating, whatever we are feeding, okay, it will decompose inside the cell, which results in the release of the energy. All living cells in living organisms undergo cellular respiration. Okay, so this is the cellular respiration. The cellular respiration takes place in a cell organelle called the mitochondria. So mitochondria is a very important cellular part, cellular organelle. Okay, now next, the oxygen that an organism breathes in reacts with the carbohydrate, that is the glucose, okay, present in the food and results in the release of the carbon dioxide and water and energy. Okay, so this is the cellular respiration. Now let's see students, what is the equation involved in this reaction, that is the release of the energy during the cellular respiration, that is glucose. When the glucose will decompose in presence of the oxygen, it will convert into carbon dioxide gas and the water, as well as the heat or the energy will release, and this energy will utilized by our body to takes place different kinds of the processes like the respiration, like the excretion, like the transportation. Okay, so this is the cellular respiration. Okay, now types of respiration on the basis of the presence or the absence of the oxygen. On the basis of the presence or the absence of the oxygen, respiration is classified into the two types. Number first, that is aerobic respiration, and second one will be anaerobic respiration. But first we are going to discuss about the aerobic respiration. Okay, so when the breakdown of the glucose occurs with the use of the oxygen, it is called aerobic respiration. And during the aerobic respiration, glucose is completely broken down into the carbon dioxide and the water, and is it energy is released. Okay, aerobic respiration takes place in mitochondria. It can be shown by the following equation. So let's see, student, what is the equation? This is the equation. Okay, here is the glucose. Okay, and when it will be decomposed in presence of the oxygen, it will convert into carbon dioxide. The same equations which we have discussed in previous slide. Okay, aerobic respiration is seen in the most organisms such as humans, that is the main, dogs, cats, lions, elephants, cows, buffaloes, goats, snakes, earthworms, frogs, fishes, etc. Okay, so in these all organisms, the aerobic respiration will takes place. Okay, now next type of respiration, that is the anaerobic respiration. When a breakdown of the glucose takes place without using the oxygen, it is called anaerobic respiration. The glucose is not completely broken down into the carbon dioxide and the water. An intermediate compound is formed with the release of less amount of energy during this process. Okay, so you can see here, this is the equation. Here the glucose is decomposing. Okay, and but here is no presence of the oxygen. Okay, and it will convert into ethanol and carbon dioxide, as well as energy will release. Okay, yeasts, but what are the examples? Yeasts such as the Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Okay, Saccharomyces cerevisiae and certain bacteria carry out anaerobic respiration. Okay, means the microorganisms, some microorganisms having the tendency to do the anaerobic respiration. Okay, these organisms that carry out the respiration in the absence of the oxygen are called the anaerobes. These organisms are known as the anaerobes. Okay, yeast is a single-celled organism. During the anaerobic respiration, also called the fermentation, this is also known as a fermentation. Okay, yeast produces the ethanol or the alcohol as a byproduct, which is used in making wine and the beer. The carbon dioxide produced by yeast is used in the bread making industry. The carbon dioxide gas released during this process causes the bread dough to rise. So this is the application of this process, that is the anaerobic respiration. Okay, now anaerobic respiration in the muscles. Okay, so this is also possible that it can takes place inside our body, that is the in case of the muscles. Okay, usually aerobic respiration takes place in humans, as you know that. Okay, but under the certain conditions, anaerobic respiration may also occur in our muscles for a short time due to temporary deficiency of the oxygen. When we perform a heavy exercise like the running, cycling, walking, weightlifting, means they are very intensive workout. Okay, if you are doing a very intensive workout, at that time there is a possibility. Okay, we require a large amount of the energy. Okay, to meet the energy requirement, our muscles cells perform anaerobically respiration during this process. The glucose or the food in the muscles cells is partially broken down and released in the absence of the oxygen to perform the lactic acid, and some extra energy is released. Okay, and this lactic acid is responsible to creating and to creating a pain. Okay, in our body. Okay, like the cramps is possible due to the lactic acid. Okay, so when the lactic acid produced during the anaerobic respiration gets accumulated in the muscles, it causes muscles cramps. Okay, so this is the reason behind it. okay, in case of the muscles cramp. The muscles cramps can be relieved by taking a water bath or a massage. This improves the circulation of the blood and oxygen supply to the muscle cells increases, and the increased supply of the oxygen results in the complete breakdown of the lactic acid into the carbon dioxide and the water. Then it will be, then you will be give the, then you will be then you will find the relief. Okay, so this is the whole process. Okay, now differences, this is very important. What are the differences in between the aerobic respiration and the anaerobic respiration? So from this table you can see, number first point, it takes place in the presence of oxygen, so means aerobic respiration, and anaerobic respiration means it takes place in the absence of oxygen. Now second point, in aerobic respiration complete oxidation of the glucose takes place, but in anaerobic respiration the glucose molecule is incompletely oxidized. And third point, end products are the CO2 and the water, but here end product are either ethyl alcohol or the lactic acid and carbon dioxide. Okay, now fourth one, lot of the energy liberated, that is the 38 ATPs, but relatively small energy is liberated, that is the 2 ATP, or here is a term that is the ATP means adenosine triphosphate. Okay, adenosine triphosphate is the name. Okay, and the energy will stored inside our body in form of the ATP. So here is the ATP. It occurs in plants and the animal cells, occurs in the many anaerobic bacteria and the human muscle cells. And the equations given here, okay, you can see here both the side of equations. Okay, so I hope students you must have enjoyed this video. So thank you students.